On the beautiful campus of Rochester University and inside of Garth Pleasant Arena, this is Warriors basketball on the Rochester Sports Network. Stephen McDonald here saying hello everyone and welcome to our broadcast as the Rochester Warriors host the Indiana Northwest Redhawks. Rochester earned a 79-75 win last Saturday against Taylor to improve their record to 3-0. Meanwhile, the Redhawks come in off an 85-77 win over Viterbo University at the Clark Invitational. Both teams come in shooting it well from three-point range, with the Warriors up to 42% and the Redhawks shooting 38%. It's game one on the weekend to open the Tim Hortons Classic as the Warriors welcome the Redhawks, Calumet College, and Michigan Dearborn to Rochester Hills. The Warriors will have their hands full tonight with Jalen Houston and the Redhawks. We'll step aside as they finish up the starting lineups here inside the arena. Tip-off is next on the Rochester Sports Network. Pre-game from inside of Garth Pleasant Arena has concluded. Both teams getting ready to jump it up in just a moment. Brody Parker, Anthony Shukai, and Gunnar Walters are the guards for the Warriors. McRena will man the wing to begin play, and Stavros Politoglu is the man down low. On the other side for the Redhawks, Anthony Taylor, Jalen Houston, and Demarius Splunge are the guards. Danny Smith and Lamarius Lillard up front. Both these teams, some high-scoring offenses to begin this season. Warriors averaging just a touch under 91 points per game so far this year, and we are underway. The Redhawks as well, doing well on the offensive end. 2 games so far this year, they average just about 83 points per game themselves. McRena picks up his dribble at the free throw line. He'll send it for Shukai. Pass deflected out to midcourt. 8 to shoot for the Warriors. Shukai steps up. He'll pull up for 3. Spin it out. Rebound away to Danny Smith. Dip it inside. And the lay-in for Lillard. Lillard had a solid start to his season in the opener. Had 10 points, 15 rebounds. 1 assist and 1 block, a full stat sheet for him. Parker for 3. That's a good sign if you're the Warriors. Brody Parker last weekend in the Travis Bass Classic, just 2 of 7 from three-point range over 2 games. They'll swing it on the wing, and it's through Lamarius Lillard. Lillard 2 for 2. Out of the gate, has all 5 of their points so far. We're a minute 20 in. Off a screen from Politoglu. Looked like he wanted to go inside to number 14 for the Warriors there. He gets denied. Now Walters with it, 8 to shoot, he'll skip it this side, Macrina for 3. Popped out. In possession with it is Taylor. To the hot hand of Lillard. Sneak it inside, turning, no, was Anthony Taylor, but a whistle and a foul. First free throws of the evening. Minute 55 in. Taylor's first free throw rolls around and off. Both these teams this evening shoot it pretty well from the free throw line, both around 75% through their first couple of games. Taylor comes in averaging 11.5 per contest. He gets 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. 3-point ball game, 6-3, 2 minutes in. Stephen McDonald here with you on the Rochester Sports Network. Curling was Walters. He'll send it to the corner for Shukai. First turnover of the night goes to the Warriors. Haven't turned it over much this season, just about 10 turnovers per game for the Warriors. Send it outside for Lillard. Goes handoff for Splunge. He'll split a couple defenders and kisses it off glass. Excellent drive by Splunge that time. It's 8-3. Macrina at the logo. They'll send it back to him. Has a wide open 3. Ring it up. Brandon Macrina hits the 3. The Warriors, a couple threes in the early going. Again, didn't shoot it well from 3 last weekend. Far side corner, just above the elbow for Splunge. Correction, that was Lillard that time on the shot. Got the feed from Splunge. Parker, just a step inside the free throw line, hangs, can't hit. 16:45 to go in the first half. Send it outside for Houston. Kick it over. Lillard for 3 off the heel rebound, corralled by Gunnar Walters. Driving Parker, he'll rise up with the right hand, smacks it off the back of the rim. Away and running on the lay-in, can't hit, follow up. No, it fell off the rim. Tapped out and picked up. Away with it come the Warriors. That was Gunnar Walters that got a hand on it. Macrina tries again for 3. Halfway down, it rims out. Back and forth pace in the first 4 minutes of our game. Warriors trail by a deuce. Lillard floats it inside. Up with it, fills it up. Danny Smith went straight up with it, was caught directly underneath the backboard that time, but found a sliver of room and made the most of it. 4-point game. Redhawks in front. They come in 2-0 on the year. Warriors 3-0 in their own right. Tried to skip it in for Polatoglu, had it taken away by Splunge. He'll dish it off on the block, spin it up, no. 3-on-2 the other way. Parker lays it up short. Looks like Indiana Northwest slowing the pace a bit again. Very up and down paced action to begin this one. 5 minutes in from Garth Pleasant Arena. Warriors 2 of 8 from the floor. They're 2 of 5 from 3. As going in and hitting on the lay-in was Anthony Taylor. Macrina, offensive rebound, curls at the free throw line and buries it. That's 5 for Macrina. He ties Lillard with a game-high 5. Down to the baseline, laying it up, no. Defended there by Polatoglu, whistling a foul on the follow-up as Lillard hits the deck. They'll get Polatoglu for the foul. Looked like Fisher was set to check in for the Warriors. 14:24 to go in the first half. 12-8 our score. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside on your home for Warriors basketball. Warriors trail it by 4, 14-24 to go in the first half. Brandon McReina, 2 of 4 from the floor to begin play. He has 5 to lead the Warriors. Same on the other side for the Redhawks. Lillard, 2 of 4 from the floor. He has 5 to lead them. At the free throw line, out of the timeout, is Lillard, so he'll have a chance to add to his total here. First free throw is good. Two of 3 at the line so far for Indiana Northwest. Make it 3 of 4 at the line, right at their season average of 75%. Warriors trail by 6. Walters sends it to the logo for Brett White, who's come in off a screen from Fisher. 15 to shoot for the Warriors. They'll dump it in low, turning and off glass. Got it to go for Fisher. Five for McReina, 3 for Parker, 2 now for Fisher. Those are your scorers for the Warriors. 7 for Lillard. Anthony Taylor has 3. Splunge and Smith have 2 apiece. Corner 3 is up and rattles off the rim. That was Jalen Jennings that time for the Redhawks. Warriors can cut it down to a 1-possession game here. They'll send it straight away for Shukai. Had the open look, just couldn't get it to fall. Hasn't shot it well from 3-point range to start this season. Had a pretty good weekend a week ago here on this floor, however, in the Travis Bass Classic. Had 20 points and 17 points, respectively. Or correction, excuse me, had 18 against Taylor. It was Walters with 20 and 17 last weekend. Going to the right, hooking and hitting was LaDainian Barnes. Excellent shot on the run by number 13 in black. Warriors in the all gray here tonight. Walters picked up the dribble. He'll send it inside for Fisher. Redhawks wanted to travel that time in the paint. They won't get it, but they will come away with the rebound. Walters that time just got caught, picked up his dribble, and just couldn't really find anywhere to go with it. 12 minutes to go in the first half. Warriors will send Braylon Toney and Kalen Marzette into the ball game. Marzette last weekend played just 7 total minutes between the two games as they took on St. Xavier and Taylor. Brett White has it. Fisher driving, and they'll get him for an offensive foul. Used that off arm to clear out some space on that spin move. That'll be the first on Fisher, team's third. All 3 fouls so far in this first half going against the Warriors, who trail it by 6. Brian Hernandez hands off. This looks to be Splunge. Leans back, fires, and scores it. White from the corner. Can't get the shot to fall. Offensive rebound by Fisher. Runs up the hook. It fell off the rim. And away it came. Looks like that was Barnes on the board. Heading left off the screen was Hernandez. Shot came up well short. Off and running of the Warriors. Marzette high off glass. No, the follow-up, yes. Fisher gets his second bucket. McRena still leads the Warriors with 5. Fisher now just behind him with 4. Brody Parker with 3. Going baseline with it was Jennings. Jennings coming into play tonight, just 8 total minutes across their first 2 games. He'll up fake drive on Fisher. Floater, no, but looks like we have a foul underneath. They'll get Walters for the foul. That'll be his first, team's 4th. At the free throw line is Jalen Jennings. Four of 5 at the free throw line to begin play for the Redhawks. Second free throw from Jennings goes through. 2 at the line for Jalen Jennings. Jennings, a junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. The lead back up to 8 for Indiana Northwest. They're shooting it just under 44% to begin the game. Warriors are 27%. 15 to shoot. Toney to the block for Fisher. He'll turn, hook with the left hand. Rebound down to Demarius Splunge. 10 minutes to play in this first half. Stephen McDonald here with you. Driving on Fisher, he'll step back, pulls up for 3 off the front end from Barnes, or rather Lillard. Driving and scoring high off glass, Marzette. Give it up to Lillard. Driving, hanging, can't hit off the back. In deep, puts up a follow-up shot, no. That was Lane. Away with it, Brett White. Kicks it for 3, Braylon Toney. A 3-point ball game. 9:08 to go in the first half. Driving was Hernandez. He'll send it back outside. Basket cut. Scooping. Can't hit. Away with it comes Fisher for Braylon Toney. Warriors can tie with a 3. They'll dump it inside for Fisher. Toney He'll try for three. Too strong that time from number 2. Wild shot that time from Hernandez. Clangs off the side of the backboard. To the front court with it is Braylon Toney. Stepping back, kicking is Marzette. Toney will float it to the far corner for Brett White. Gets it back from him with 8 to shoot. Fisher will screen for him. He has 3 to shoot, goes in, and rejected with 2 to shoot. On the drive, that was Lillard that got a hand on it. And with 7:56 to go in the half, media timeout, 20-17 our score. Redhawks in front from Garth Pleasant Arena on your home for Warriors basketball. Rochester trails it by 3. They have 2 seconds to shoot out of the media timeout. 7:56 to go in the half. Baseline inbound will come from Braylon Toney. Stephen McDonald here with you. Corner 3, no good from Brett White. A whistle before the inbound. And that's a tough call against the Redhawks with 2 to shoot, a foul underneath. Looks like it goes on Jalen Houston. That'll reset it to 20. 3 is up from Parker, no good. Tapped out of bounds, will stay at this end. Baseline inbound for Braylon Toney. He'll send it inside and score. It goes Polatoglu. Polatoglu had 8 last Friday night against St. Xavier. Also added 9 rebounds for his efforts. Far side of the floor for Lillard. Into the corner it goes for Lane. 10 to shoot. He'll step back on Brody Parker. Spun around and popped out. Warriors can take the lead with a bucket on this possession. 7:10 to go in the half. Out high for Braylon Toney. He'll step back off a screen from Polatoglu. Driving baseline Marzette. Pass intercepted. Lillard steps through and lays it in. Parker gives off to Braylon Toney. He has Polatoglu, Brett White, and Marzette with him on the floor. Lost the handle, corralled by Polatoglu. He'll lay it up and in. Right place, right time for Stavros Polatoglu. Stepping back for 3. Drops it in. Jalen Houston. Houston, the leader in points per game for this Red Hawks team. It comes in averaging just about 20 per contest. Just above the free throw line was Parker. Sent it back outside. Brett White can't find the range. Had it go halfway down and out. That bucket a moment ago for Houston, just his first of the game. He's 1 for 5. Going in and laying it up and in was Anthony Taylor. Taylor's got 5. Going in and drawing some contact was Brody Parker. Brody Parker, 3 points on 1 of 7 shooting in this first half. 5:29 to go in the first. He's been in double figures 2 out of the first 3 games to start the season as the first free throw's off. The only game he didn't get into double figures was last Friday against St. Xavier, had 9. All 9 coming in the second half of that game as the Warriors would hang on to win. Second free throw for him is good. Charging in, laying it up, count it, and the foul, Jalen Houston. Houston went right at Gunnar Walters that time. For Walters, that's his second, team's 5th. Looks like Shukai comes in for Walters. Free throw splashes through. 3-point play for Jalen Houston. He's up to 6 now. Straight up top for Tony. He'll kick it this way. Brett White tries a 3, got the 3. Looks like they'll say long 2 from White, 32-24. Dump it inside. Polatoglu had it tied up. He gets tied up with Keon Lane. Shot clock goes to 20 with 4.5 to go in the half. They'll send it up top for Polatoglu. And now it's interesting. Inside the arena, the score is that shot no good from Tony. Reads 32-24. In our live stats showing 32-25. Some disagreement looks like on that Brett White basket just a moment ago. To the front court with it comes Jalen Houston. Swinging around for Lane. He draws 2 defenders on him, sends it outside Lillard. 3 on the wing off the front end. Offensive rebound was tapped straight up by Danny Smith that time. Away with it come the Warriors. On the cut, lay it in for Brody Parker. Excellent job in transition by the Warriors as they cut it to 6. Again, we'll have to check on that bucket from Brett White just a moment ago. Lay in at the other end, good by Danny Smith. Shukai with it. He'll catch a screen from Polatoglu, wants to go inside for him. They'll send it across court for Brody Parker. He'll float with the right hand, comes up short. 3:15 to go in the half. Stepping up, firing for 3, no that time from Smith. Tony thought about the three. They'll go down low, Polatoglu with the right-handed hook off the back of the iron. .2:45 to go in the first half. Stephen McDonald here with you on the Rochester Sports Network. Elbow jumper, runs around and out. Offensive rebound for Anthony Taylor. Looks like they got Taylor that time for the foul. Correction, fouls on Danny Smith. Just his first, team's fourth. Fouls have evened up here a bit. 5 for the Warriors, 4 for the Red Hawks. Off a screen from Fisher, he'll back it out for Braylon Toney. Inside, Fisher on the slam. Give the assist to Braylon Toney. Fisher's good for about one of those per game where he really just rocks the rim. Now he'll just wall up on Smith. It's deflected out of bounds, will stay at this end. Just inside 2 minutes to go in the first half, 17 to shoot for Indiana Northwest. They have Taylor, Houston, Splunge, Hernandez, and Smith, the 5 on the floor. It's Parker, Tony, Shukai, Polatoglu, and McRena on the floor for the Warriors. 10 to shoot for the Red Hawks, turning the corner, free throw line jumper. Pings off the front of the rim. Warriors a possible chance to run here. Braylon Toney hits the gas. No, the follow-up flush from Fisher. Back-to-back slams from James Fisher. Send it outside, open 3 on the wing. Couple hops off the rim, can't fall. Partial reset goes back to 20. They have 15 left on that. 1:16 to go in the half. Fisher after that last slam up to 8. 3 from Hernandez, no. Rebound tapped back outside, scooping, hitting the deck hard. And we'll get a blocking foul underneath. They'll get Fisher for the block. That'll be his second. 1:03 to go in the first half. And again, inside the arena, our score shows 34-30. Our live stats showing 34-31. There's some disagreement, it appears, on a Brett White bucket earlier this half, whether it was a 3 or a 2. They'll send in Polatoglu for James Fisher. Second free throw upcoming for Smith. Final minute of play in the first half from Garth Pleasant Arena. Game 1 on the weekend for the Tim Hortons Classic. 15 to shoot. Parker driving, can't hit the shot. A whistle and a foul on his way up stops the clock with 44 seconds to go. Rochester student section, the Crimson Crazies just below us to our left. Looks like the women's volleyball team on hand just below us. Parker at the free throw line, first one's up and through. Second one good for him as well. Driving Hernandez, and an offensive foul called. Coach Pleasant jumping out of his seat that time on the drive by Brian Hernandez. Foul goes on Hernandez, his second. About a 5-second difference between clocks. Warriors will have to get a shot off here. Braylon Toney has it with 12 to shoot, 17 to go in the half. Brody Parker with 8. Steps back on Splunge. 3 to shoot. Can't get the shot to fall. 5 seconds to go in the half. They'll launch it up floor. Shukai tries his luck, and oh my goodness. From midcourt, Anthony Shukai nearly gets the heave to fall. And again, that 1 point disparity on that shot from Brett White with about 5 minutes to go in the half. Our score inside the arena reading 35 to 32. Get you some first half stats before we send you to the half here on the Rochester Sports Network. Warriors shoot at 34% for the floor from that first half of play, 35%, pretty even on the other side for the Red Hawks. Just a one-shot difference between the two. Warriors went 4 of 15 from 3 in that first half. They went 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 7 of 9 at the line for Indiana Northwest. Just 3 turnovers for Rochester in that first 20 minutes of play to the 2 for Indiana Northwest. And fouls go even at 6 aside. Lillard leads all scorers with 9. He went 3 of 7 from the floor, while Brody Parker finishes with 8 for the Warriors. He ties James Fisher for the team lead in that first half. McArena still sitting at his 5 points from that first half, as James Fisher had 8 points and 7 boards in the first 20 minutes of play. 35-32, our score at the half from Garth Pleasant Arena on your home for Warriors basketball. Second half, moments away from getting underway from inside Garth Pleasant Arena. Stephen MacDonald here with you on the Rochester Sports Network. 35-32 is our official score at the half. They did rule that Brett White shot as a long two, so we do get our conclusion of that play. Very even shooting from that first half of play. Indiana Northwest goes 13 of 37 from the floor. The Warriors 13 of 38. They went 3 of 14 from three-point range, while Indiana Northwest 7 of 9 at the free throw line, good for just about 78% in that first half. Both teams shoot free throws at a 75% clip coming into play tonight. Lamarius Lillard leads all scorers, with 9, while Jalen Houston had 8 for the Red Hawks. Meanwhile, for the Warriors, Brody Parker and James Fisher finished that first half with 8 points. Fisher added 7 rebounds to his efforts in the first half. Brandon McReina, still at 5 points, went 2 of 5 from the floor in that first half. As the second half just moments away from getting going, a reminder to follow the Warriors on Twitter and Instagram at RUWarriors for all the latest news and scores. You can also follow Warriors basketball on Twitter at RUWarriorsMBB. Second half is a go. At the logo with it is Splunge. Send it outside for Lillard. Extra pass into the corner for 3, and it pays off. Jalen Houston triples, give the assist to Lillard for the extra pass. 38-32 to begin the second half. Walters goes the opposite way of the screen from Polatoglu. Baseline drive, Shukai, outside for Brody Parker. Driving, kicking, Parker for 3, yes! Second three-pointer of the night for Brody Parker. He's already hit as many as he hit last weekend in the Travis Bass Classic, went 2 of 7 from 3 a week ago. He's 2 out of 4 from distance tonight. Pass taken away by McReina. To the free throw line. Jump stop from Walters, driving, had it rejected at the rim, was Shukai. Long 3 on the way. Rebound comes to Polatoglu. Rebound number 4 for him. Averages just about 8 rebounds per game. Parker tries another 3. Skipped around the rim. Couldn't get it to fall. Would have been back-to-back threes for Brody Parker. Sends it near side for Smith. He'll step back, long 2. Couple Warriors went up for the board. Corralled by Parker. Send it outside from Polatoglu. He'll send it inside, turns and hits. Stavros Polatoglu for 2. Polatoglu has 6 now to go with his 4 rebounds. In deep, had it stripped. There he is. Polatoglu up the floor. McReina, high off glass, couple hops, and it falls. 39-38. Warriors grab the lead. 17-18 to go. Timeout called on the floor as the Red Hawks bring it into the front court. They trail by 1 after the play by Polatoglu on the steal. Finds McReina for the lay-in. 39-38 our score. We'll step aside on the Rochester Sports Network. 39-38. Out of the timeout called on the floor by Indiana Northwest, they trail it by just a point. Haven't trailed for really much of this game at all. Stephen McDonald here with you. 23 on the shot clock out of the timeout. They'll inbound it to Jalen Houston. It's Taylor, Houston, Splunge, Smith, and Lillard on the floor. Corner three, just off the mark. Tapped outside to Taylor. He'll go inside with it, banging away down low. He'll turn and score off glass. Lay in good for Danny Smith. Smith has 7 points so far on the night. Trying to go inside for Polatoglu. They wall it off down low. McRena will drive baseline. Has it poked free. And it looks like we'll stay down at this end. Foul goes on Houston. Shot is up and off for the Warriors. To the left block for Smith. Just inside the three-point line for Lillard. Send it far corner. Three is on the way. Too strong that time from Houston. Offensive rebound. Try to send it far side. Pass taken away by Walters. He'll skip it over. Parker for three. Yes, sir. Brody Parker triples. And a timeout called. 15:59 to go in the game. 42-40 is our score. Warriors in front. We'll step aside. Timeout on the floor. Warriors outscoring Indiana Northwest 10-5 here in the second half on your home for Warriors basketball. Quick timeout called on the floor. Warriors lead it by 2. A reminder to check out the Warriors team store for all your apparel needs. Everything Under Armour, including t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and more. You can head to rochesteruwarriors.com/team-store. Out of the timeout. On the high post for Lillard. Pump fake driving is Houston. On the reverse, got it. Tough shot hanging in air from Jalen Houston. He's up to 13 again, comes in averaging just about 20 points per game to lead the Redhawks. They'll bounce a pass in for Fisher. Backing in, turns, can't get it to creep over the front of the rim. Level at 42, 15-15 to go in the game. Straightaway three, Lillard. They'll send it back outside. Same result, too strong off the back of the rim this time from Houston. Swatting at it was McRena. He'll come away with it for the Warriors. McRena, Shukai, Walters, Parker, and Fisher, the 5 on the floor for the Warriors. Jab step, lost the handle, did Walters. He'll send it this way for Shukai. Backs up with 12 to shoot. Bounce pass inside. Fisher lost the handle on the way up, but he'll lay it in. Wanted to stuff it down on the feed. Kind of bobbled it on his way up. There was some contact there, but able to lay it in either way. Warriors back in front by 2. Swatted away by Shukai. It's a foot race for it. He'll step into the corner, pulls up for 3, too short. And the rebound down to Jalen Houston. Shukai guarding out high on Smith. He'll switch off that assignment with Macrina, gets that assignment back on number 10 in black, driving to the baseline, going up with it short. Rebound comes down to James Fisher. His outlet pass never saw it. Shukai keeps it alive. Macrina lays it in. My goodness. Fisher had the basketball. He outlets it to Shukai, who never saw it. Dives on the floor for it, keeps it alive for Macrina, and Macrina makes it a 4-point game, 46-42, 13-20 to go in our basketball game. Turning, gives it off baseline for the stuff, rejected by Fisher! Fisher stands tall at the rim, up fake Brody Parker, baseline, popped out. Offensive rebound, no. And a foul on the follow-up from James Fisher, doing it at both ends of the floor. Gets the rejection at one end, gets the offensive rebound at the other, and he'll step to the free throw line with his team up 4. First free throw clangs out. Fisher 10 points, 9 rebounds on the game. See here, also has 2 blocks with that last one. He's also 5 of 9 from the floor. Missed the front end. Second one is through for him. (15-7) in this second half so far for the Warriors, as they trailed by 3 at the half, 35-32. We're just inside 7 minutes in to this second half. Going up, can't hit the shot was Anthony Taylor, but he gets fouled in the act of shooting. They'll get Braylon Toney for the foul. Just his first, team's first of the half. At the free throw line is Taylor. Second free throw is good for him. 47-44. To the front court with it is Walters. He has Toney in the back court with him, as well as Brody Parker. Brett White and James Fisher round out the 5 on the floor. Driving Walters, leaves it off. Can't hit the shot with the right hand was Fisher. Claps his hands together, can't believe he missed that shot. On the other end, rips it out of the air. Fisher gets up for it. They'll send it forward with Jennings off the steal. Into the post it goes. Backing in and scoring was Splunge. Looks like they'll attend to a wet spot on the floor on that left block. 47-46 our score. Stephen McDonald here with you. 11:53 to go in the game. Brody Parker has a game high 14. Walters has it. Left all alone for 3. Can't make them pay as it's too strong off the back of the rim. Hernandez floats it ahead, deflected and out of play, will stay at this end. Talked about the 14, a game high for Brody Parker. Fisher has 11 and 10 rebounds, plus a couple blocks as well here tonight. He's matched up now with Jalen Jennings out high. Send it outside. Jennings puts up a three. Got the three. Puts it in over Fisher. 2-point lead for the Redhawks. Both these teams come in undefeated on the year. 2-0 for Indiana Northwest. 3-0 for Rochester. Parker spins on Hernandez. Has it stolen away. Hernandez up with it. Had it blocked. And they'll count the bucket, a goaltend on James Fisher. .57 to go. The shooting is dead even in this one. Both teams 19 of 52. Almost identical in three-point shooting as well. Braylon Toney at the logo, 10 to shoot for the Warriors. Off a screen from Fisher, he'll try a three, got the three. Braylon Toney, a couple of threes here tonight. Didn't see much playing time last weekend here at Garth Pleasant Arena. Had a big opening night performance against Lambton a couple of weeks ago, including 17 points on 6 of 11 shooting. And again, a couple threes here tonight for number 2. A three at the other end for the Redhawks misses. Rebound corralled by Fisher. Walters looks at a three. Yes, sir. Gunnar Walters for three. Back-to-back threes for the Warriors. Stealing the inbound and laying it in goes Brody Parker. 8 quick points for the Warriors. A couple threes. And then a lay-in off an inbound steal by Brody Parker. It's a 4-point game. Send it outside. Three is up. No good. Pulled down on the miss from LaDanian Barnes. Into the corner. Toney for three. You betcha! Braylon Toney for three. It's a 7-point game and a timeout called with 9:23 to go. The Warriors have caught fire from three. They've hit 3 in a row. Their lead is 7. And we'll step aside, come back for the conclusion of this one. 9:23 remaining on your home for Warriors basketball. A quick run by the Warriors as they hit a couple threes and steal an inbound for a lay-in by Brody Parker. 58-51. With those 3 threes that they've hit on this run, now shooting at just about 35% from 3 here tonight. They're 8 of 23 in that regard. Lob it inside. Smith on the lay-in. And a whistle and a foul on the lay-in try. They'll get Polatoglu for his second, just the team's second. Fouls now even at 2 aside this half. To the line is Danny Smith. First free throw's good. Back to a 6-point game with 9:06 to go. Make sure to subscribe to the Rochester Sports Network on YouTube so you never miss a minute of Warriors Athletics. Live streaming of home games archived right to the RSN feed. We'll have every basketball home game streaming live right here on the Rochester Sports Network. Second free throw jumps around and falls for Danny Smith. 2 at the line for Smith. Brody Parker, check that, that's Walters. He'll drive, get the foul on Hernandez. That'll be team's third. Third foul on Hernandez. McRena tries a three. Looks like he got hit on the shot. Comes up well short. Hernandez will back it up to the logo. Passes off for Barnes. Send it inside Smith in a crowd. Can't hit the shot. And it's out of bounds. Will go the other way. Warriors shooting at 40% from the floor. They come in just about 47% field goal shooting for the year. Stepping back with it was Walters. Far left corner, McRena, he'll try a three. McRena now 1 for 6 in three-point shooting here tonight. He's been one of the Warriors' better three-point shooters this season. Charging in Smith, he'll hang. And a foul on the drive. Doesn't look like the shot would have counted even had it fallen. That'll be a baseline inbound for the Red Hawks. Brody Parker, a game-high 16. James Fisher has 11 and 11 boards. He's also had a couple big-time blocks here tonight for Fisher. Whistle and a foul is going to go against Braylon Toney as he makes his way all the way down to the other end. Can't believe it. That'll be just Toney's second. 58-53 our score. 7:46 to go in the game. That'll send Jalen Houston to the free throw line. His free throw runs around and falls off. That'll send Brody Parker in for Braylon Toney. And a reminder, this game won on the weekend of the Tim Hortons Classic from Garth Pleasant Arena. Michigan Dearborn and Calumet will tip off just about a half hour after the conclusion of this game, but we still have 7:40 to go. McRena, near side corner for three, comes up well short, got his own miss. Polatoglu outside for Shukai, and he traveled with it on his way in. Just the sixth turnover for the Warriors. Again, they average just about 10 per game. Spin it off glass and falls. Jalen Houston with the bucket. That's 16 for Houston. Shooting at 6 of 16 for the game. Turning, hooking, hops off the rim for Shukai. And Houston is that guy for the Red Hawks that takes a high volume of shots. Corner three, no, from Lillard. And the Warriors have seen players like Jalen Houston that really do a lot of the heavy lifting for their teams offensively. In the opener against Lambton, it was J.K. Thomas. Last Saturday against Taylor, it was Anton Webb. And tonight, having to deal with Jalen Houston. (58-56), 6:38 to go in the game. Pocket picked by Houston. McRena never saw him. He'll turn and score off glass on the reverse. We're level at 58. McRena dribble, hands off for Walters. He'll spin, picks up his dribble. Backdoor cut looking for McRena. Taken away on one hop by Lillard. And he carried it, had his head up looking to pass. Tough break for the Redhawks and Lamarius Lillard. Houston with a game high 18. Smith and Lillard have 9. Anthony Taylor with 7. Parker leads the Warriors with 16. James Fisher has 11 and 11 plus a couple blocks. Braylon Toney up to 9 points on 3 of 4 from three-point range. Fouls on Danny Smith. That'll be his third. Swing it around for Shukai. Into the corner, and we'll get an offensive foul. Looks like they'll get Fisher. That'll be the third on Fisher. Fouls are squared at 5. 5:45 to go in the game, all tied at 58. Lillard will work against Fisher, loses his defender, and laying it in was Splunge. His defender fell down on the baseline. That left Splunge all alone underneath for the easy bucket, and his team reclaims the lead by 2. Bounce pass looking for Fisher. Held in, corralled by Splunge. Warriors have been in some close games late. Went down to the wire in both games last weekend against St. Xavier and Taylor inside, and got it to go for Demarius Splunge. Back-to-back lay-ins for Splunge, that time getting the better of Brett White. Walters has it poked free. Splunge comes up with the loose ball. They'll send it forward and throw it down. Anthony Taylor. Shukai open for 3. Too strong. Collision on the rebound comes away to Jalen Houston. He'll run in and kiss it off glass. An 8-point lead for the Redhawks. The Warriors might need a timeout here. They'll bring it across, and they will get the timeout. 66-58, 4:12 to go in the game. We have a timeout called on the floor. We'll step aside, come back for the conclusion on your home for Warriors basketball. Warriors trail at 66 to 58. 4:12 to go in the ball game. Stephen McDonald here with you. And a reminder that the men's basketball team will be back at home Saturday, November 11th. That's tomorrow against Calumet at 1 p.m. Eastern for day 2 of the Tim Hortons Classic. We'll have that for you right here on the Rochester Sports Network. 13 to shoot for the Warriors. Dribble handoff goes to Brody Parker. He'll spin in the lane, kicks it out with 5 to shoot. Up fake, White for 3. Comes up short. Off the deck to Jalen Houston. Warriors a perfect 3-0 on the year. Redhawks 2-0. Rejected by Fisher. He gets up one more time for the block. They'll send it forward for Brett White. Can't hit the shot. Frustrated with himself for not laying it in, but he'll go to the line and shoot free throws. That'll be the first foul on Barnes. Free throw is good. White up to 3 points with that free throw and make it 4. 2 at the line for Brett White. Back in that first half with about 5 minutes to go in the half, had a corner jump shot go through that in the arena was called a 2. On the live stats was called a 3. They sorted that out at halftime and said it was in fact a 2. 15 to shoot for the Redhawks. Mid-range jumper from the baseline falls short. Rebound, another rebound for Fisher. That's his 12th. Parker for 3. Little too much on it. Controlled underneath by Fisher. He'll lay it in off glass. A 4-point game. Inside 3 minutes to play. We've got 2:50 to go. Fisher, 13 points, 13 rebounds, and also with multiple blocks here tonight. 10 to shoot for Indiana Northwest. Rejects the screen, goes baseline. Shot rolls around and falls for Jalen Houston. Gets the roll. It's a 6-point game, 2:24 to go. We'll have a timeout called on the floor. Step aside on the Rochester. Jalen Houston with a game high 22 points that ties his season high that he had in their last game against Viterbo. He's 9 of 19 from the floor. His team leads it by 6. 2:18 to go in the ball game. Stephen McDonald here with you. Brett White has it at the logo. Skip it across. White looks at the 3. He'll drive in, scoops, and can't get it to fall. Right there on the putback once again is James Fisher. Fisher doing everything he can to keep his team in it. 15 points, 14 rebounds for Fisher here tonight. Also has multiple blocks as well. It's a 4-point game. Warriors looking for a stop, driving, shooting, got it. Anthony Taylor. On a run, a whistle, and a foul. Walters was trying to get a step to get to the rim.
That'll be foul number 0, Anthony Taylor. He's first, team 7.
They'll get Taylor for the foul. His first, team 7th. That'll put the Warriors in the bonus. They trail by 6. 89 seconds to go in the game. Warriors can cut into the deficit at the free throw line. They'll do so as the first one through from Walters. Ten turnovers for the Warriors tonight. That's right about their season average, but it's the 16 points off turnovers for the Red Hawks. As the second one is good as well. 2 at the line for Walters, and a quick timeout called. They trail by 4. 1:29 to go in the game. We'll step aside on your home for Warriors basketball. Warriors trail by 4, 1:29 to go in the game. About to make our way out of a timeout on the floor. Stephen McDonald here with you. All-time series between these two programs, Rochester and Indiana Northwest. Rochester 6-0 all-time against the Red Hawks, including 3-0 on this floor. The last time these two teams met was back in 2017 as the Warriors won 98-91. So if the Red Hawks can hang on in the final minute 25, they'd pick up their first win in the all-time series. With it now is Houston. That's the man that the Red Hawks want with the basketball. He'll hand off for Danny Smith. Splunge, pulls up for 3, can't hit the shot, rebound tapped and controlled by James Fisher. Final 55 seconds, Warriors trail it by 4. They'll use a screen from Fisher, drives in, high off glass, no, tapped up and in by Fisher. And very quickly another timeout as Coach Pleasant jumps up and gets the timeout on the floor. Red Hawks looked like they wanted a call on Fisher's tip-in, not going to get it. Warriors trail it by 2 with 46 seconds to go. Warriors trail by 2, 70-68. 46.3 seconds remain in our game in game 1 on the weekend of the Tim Hortons Classic from Garth Pleasant Arena. Stephen McDonald here with you. The next rebound for the Warriors would tie up the rebound battle at 40. And in their first 3 games of the season, the Warriors have won the rebound battle 2 of those 3 games. Fisher, of course, doing his part in that respect, has 16 boards and 17 points. Warriors looking for one more stop. 33 to go in the game, 15 to shoot for the Redhawks. Straight away at the logo for Taylor. He'll send it over for Danny Smith. Has it stolen away by Brody Parker. Here comes Shukai trying to get the ball under control. The Warriors can hold for the final shot. 14 seconds to go, and a reach in and a foul will go against Anthony Taylor. The Warriors are in the bonus even before that foul by Taylor. 12.6 seconds and a chance at the free throw line for Gunnar Walters. The 4th and 5th free throws of the night for Gunnar Walters. First one's up, and it skips off the rim. Rebound pulled down by Fisher for 3 in the lead. Off the rim, tapped, and it'll stay at this end. Fisher went up for it, almost came down with it. It was tapped off the baseline and out of bounds. 6.8 seconds to go, and we'll get a timeout called, looks like called by the Redhawks. They're clinging to a 2-point lead with 6.8 seconds to go. Jalen Houston has a game-high 22 points. That's tied for a season high, while James Fisher leads the Warriors with 17 points and 17 rebounds. Warriors' next game will come tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. On day 2 of the Tim Hortons Classic, they'll take on Calumet. On the other side for Indiana Northwest, they'll take on Michigan Dearborn here after the Warriors game tomorrow. Both teams making their way out onto the floor. Final 6.8 seconds to go in the game. The Warriors have Shukai, Fisher, Brody Parker, Gunnar Walters, and Brett White on the floor. They'll send it outside, off a screen from Fisher for 3 in the win. Yes, sir! 2.9 seconds to go. Gunnar Walters for 3, and it's 71-70. Timeout called on the floor. Big time play. We'll step aside, come back with the final 2.9 ticks on your home for Warriors basketball. Gunnar Walters has given the Warriors the lead by 1, 2.9 seconds to play. He has 8 points. He's 2 of 4 from 3-point range. and they'll put James Fisher on the inbound. The crowd on its feet at Garth Pleasant Arena. They'll send it in to half court. Turning with it is Houston. He'll get a shot away, and it's off the top of the backboard. No good. The final buzzer sounds, and the Warriors will survive. 71-70 is your final score. The Warriors improve to 4-0 on the year. Indiana Northwest falls to 2-1. Get you some final stats in this one before we sign off. The Warriors go 9 of 31 from three-point range, good for 29%, as well as 8 of 11 from the free throw line. They do win the rebound battle this evening, 41-40. They trailed it most of the evening, but James Fisher helped out in a big way in that category. They've now won the rebound battle 3 of their first 4 games here this year, and they've had a different leading scorer in all 4 games this season. It goes McRina, Walters, Shukai, and now James Fisher, your leading scorers by game for the Warriors. Jalen Houston finishes with a game-high 22 points, while Anthony Taylor adds 11 and 7 rebounds. But again, James Fisher with 17 points and 7 rebounds also added a couple blocks on the night as well, while Brody Parker finishes with 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. So for SID Hussein Murray, I'm Stephen McDonald saying so long from Garth Pleasant Arena, where your final score one final time is the Warriors 71, Indiana Northwest 70. This has been a presentation of the Rochester Sports Network.